scary from the perspective of VKS with the fact that BLG have so much comfort on their side.
And so the final pick of the draft here on Red 5 is just that Varus that we...
Looking to see if he can find an angle onto Miru.
Okay, let's see what the Trundle can get here. You would hope for at least a flash, and there it is. Pillar, however, going to still knock him back a little bit, but
then
because...
if you get an interrupted flash after, but either way now Shadow staying active and looking for Boal.
Yeah, Shadow wants to at least get another summoner spell up here. Takes a chomp out of Boal. Immediately taking a lot of turret aggro. Shadow with a late flash. What in the hell is going on? BLG just gift wrapped it. Boal gets a double kill. We'll see if Shadow can try to get something back now. He is hovering around the area. Bin's going to jump in, finds Counter-Strike. Pillar right on top of it. Boal trying to skip his way out of here a little bit. Does not get a whole lot there with a public execution. But again, he doesn't even have to flash, and Boal gets away with 2/3 HP.
Have we started a new minigame as to when Boal will actually flash? Because this man is not going to use that summoner spell as VKS look for a cross map. They're going to zone Elk away from as much farm as they can. They secure a plate as well.
They get the clone out of the Nico on, trying to buy a little bit of time, but no, it's VKS teaching last year's Worlds runner-up how to do a tower dive. Chains of Corruption coming out now. They want a little bit more damage. Morteo's barely hanging on to life, and Desamas as well. A double kill for the Nico with the minions. And right as I spoke,
a little bit more funneling into Elk, but at the very least, they dissuade the dive. They close the goal gap. Trimby's taking a lot of damage.
Trimby trying to get away from all of that burst. The Mega Inferno Bomb only hits him on the edge as opposed to the center, so Trim...
The classic transitive properties, the Western reliable.
Yeah. All right, so this is actually one of the latest chaotic state of this game. It's 9.5 minutes in before the grubs are first taken, and it is VKS securing all three as Trimby's in a bit of a tough spot here. The Pillar's trapping a Mega Inferno Bomb for the slam dunk. And
objective, and so there's no reason for BLG not to be pathing towards the Dragon to try and cross map. And ultimately, BLG just picked themselves up a free kill.
Yeah, he seemed very slow to react on that play. And
not really anything significant to play for. It's a lot of fishing. It's a lot of maybe playing for plates, maybe looking for a pick. And so I expect both teams to be kind of very respectful of one another. As I say that.
Yeah, on goes in for the Pop Blossom, and once again, it's going to be Trimby just deleted off the Rift. He tries to flash over the wall, but the follow-up damage after the Nico ulti guarantees he drops, and BLG going to pull a little further ahead.
BLG might make mistakes, but they're still a very fast team.
Not really been able to extend this lead. You know, he is up a decent amount of gold, did get a plate. That is nice, but Bin in Shadow here.
Yeah, Bin's immediately going to drop the ulti as Shadow runs through the frozen domain, throws the Pillar down. Public execution from Boal, trying to play this defensively, but now with the redemption coming in, VKS, they turn it around as Desamas shows up. Shadow is forced to flash away as the supreme display of talent would have
been going their way. Right now, though, they do have position. They know that Desamas has just used up, and this is a nice sign from the side of BLG as they now want to try and get Elk and On invested in a dive.
Yep, they're summoning up the Herald here immediately. Boal trying to get away. The Pop Blossom catches a Mega Inferno Bomb from downtown. Means Knight's the one taking the kill credit, and Miru and Trimby have no choice but a full retreat. The Herald's going to be driven into the tier 2, but immediately On's going to be shuffled back towards it. Has to flash away in response. Herald then going to secure the first turret, put major damage into the tier 2.
Down here and look for a Dragon, but just kind of spending a lot of time there, Desamas, to not really get involved in anything.
All right, Warfare going over to VKS, 2-2 on the feat of monster slaying. So the next neutral objective will also determine the boots as Miru has to use the shifting sands to get away from BLG, who are overloading this top side. Mega Inferno Bomb, only the edge clips Miru, so he still survives. But the tier 2
hasn't been that active and isn't even up in farm as a result, so looking good.
Oh, Pop Blossom forces the flash out of Morteo's, but On will pay the price. VKS get a kill back. They tie it up 5-5, bring that gold lead back under 2K. But what about the follow-up? Trimby's got to be a little careful here, but BLG won't find any more.
You know, honestly, I don't even think it's a bad trade for the side of BLG because there's nothing for VKS to get off of that. You do give over a couple hundred gold, but you got the flash off of Morteo's. And it is going to mean he's going to be very vulnerable.
Okay, Bin going in with the ulti here on the Jax. Killer Instinct from Elk brings him into the fight now, too, with public execution defensively from Boal. Just trying to get away and buy a little bit more time, but Counter-Strike number 2 locks it up and knocks him down. Bin gets his first kill of the game.
Yeah, he's finding it.
And the largest one is now mid lane, or at least tied with support here for Knight on the Ziggs. 2 fully completed items with the Horizon Focus now done alongside that Luden's Companion. The burst from this champion is so extreme as Mir Miru forced to flash because of a mistake there in positioning the soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. No flash on either of your carries. This is great play from BLG, and he's going to stop his recall again.
Yeah, Miru's not even going to be able to participate in the fight at all. It's going to take him so long to get back and heal and then try to teleport in as Knight is just trying to keep everybody on VKS away. The Otacon down to 3,000 HP. On playing defensive here with the Pop Blossom, just trying to create enough space. Thornbound Otacon secured. Boal dives into the BLG front line as they root up Bin, but they do not have the damage to try to kill him. The bouncing bomb barely missing out on Trimby as Miru's going to be the first to die. There's no way out for the Emperor. There's no way through for VKS. BLG take the Otacon.
VKS came so close to such a good team fight, but the pieces just didn't come together. Once the Azir ultimate missed, BLG sees that as an opportunity. They find a quick punish and they just take everything. Otacon gone, kill secured, blue buff taken. VKS is crumbling under the pressure of BLG.
And in the midst of that, they even took the bot tier 1. Now they take the mid tier 1. Now you
isn't massive because they were pulling most of those from the Rift.
They were doing a good job gardening.
Yes, they were doing a lot of gardening in the first 20 minutes of the game.
Any punish onto BLG, at least it'll give them something, a moment of reprieve, but no opportunity will be found. The pillar comes down.
Oh, nice pillar there from Shadow as Desamas tries to take Elk with him, but he just does not have the damage here on the Kiana. 0, 1, and 2. Zale, you mentioned earlier about how Desamas just hasn't been able to find a lot of activity throughout the Rift in the first 20 minutes of this game, so he's not fed enough to get the burst in a situation like that matters.
Yeah, and just not really coordinated there with Morteos. He did hit the ulti, but he didn't have his Q or his E up to actually pop the Blight stacks, unfortunately, on this stun target, so couldn't help to knock him down.
KS. We talked a little bit about these range opportunities on both sides, but now that the Ziggs is fully online, he is just melting anytime VKS try to approach. And again, we're seeing it here on assisting with that poke.
Samus in the pit, he wants to go in for the steal, but he does not find it. He's immediately killed by the jump from the Trundle. On is about to die, and Miru takes him out, but Boal cannot kill Elk. BLG are gonna get everybody here as Miru and Morteos cannot get away. Elk will not be found. It's a double kill for the Kaisa. It's black and white screens for everybody on
We have been pushing mid lane. Knight is already gonna crack this tower. And we'll just be the inhibitor tower.
Team, it just becomes chaos in the river. We jump back to live.
Oh, I think it might be a repeat of that performance here for Desamas as Shadow just beats him upside the head with the bat. It's a power play for another 90 seconds. And gentlemen, they're already at plus 6,600 gold on this one. This one's looking like the end of the game as Boal cannot do anything to try to protect the tier 3 here in the bottom lane. Bin split pushing in mid lane. Top lane inhibitor is already exposed. Remember, in the bottom lane inhibitor is first to fall. The 4-man squad on BLG continues pushing bottom as Trimby's got to be careful. Shadow and a little bit of poke behind him takes Trimby down below half HP immediately. Another bouncing bomb. Trimby has to head back into the fountain as BLG's siege continues.
Yeah, Knight even throws in an ult there, tries to take out Trimby. Trimby was able to sidestep it, but Knight is 16, has the death cap, and Miru's just getting chunked out.
And Bin is going to take care of the last tier 3 turret at the same time. That one's gone. Inhibitor about to follow here in mid, and now Bin
into their style and what they found so much success with.
I completely agree, and I mean also going on red side and allowing both your soul laners to get counterpicked by the blue side team, to me is just like, that is kind of asking for it, right? Like, when you are the heavy underdogs, you need to be able to be aggressive. You need to be able to get advantageous matchup, push the pace. Trimby's in trouble.
Yeah, Trimby with a killer instinct from Elk, threatening his life. Does stay alive for now, but the Mega Inferno Bomb will remedy that real fast. Miru tries to finish the job, but the only thing finished is his time on Summoner's Rift. 50-second death timer here for the mid laner from VKS as a 5v3 for BLG is looking like the end of this game. Shadow throws out the pillar, Chains of Corruption, Pop Blossom on 3. Ben gets the kill, Morteos is already down. Desamas trying to fight back, but he can't even kill on. Boal stuck on the steps of the fountain, watching the last remnants of his base get destroyed. BLG bulldoze